I've heard so many people say that they don't publish their art because they're afraid of being judged. How do you even think about making art if you're not thinking somebody will not like this? And that's totally all right. Like, you can't really put yourself out there without the fact that somebody will judge what you're doing, good or bad. Like, there will be people that like you and there will be people that dislike you, and that's completely normal. And there's a phrase, I don't know, there's a song that says like, even Jesus had haters, like it's going to happen. The only reason why you shouldn't be posting is because you cannot post. Like, it's for some reason, whatever it is, you can't do it. But we are in a day and age where social media is important to get to know more people, to connect with other people, and to also explore what we do and how people perceive the things that we do and grow from that. So I believe that if we don't put ourselves out there, we're not really going to be able to grow our art or grow even personally and the things that we really love to do, because we're not getting feedback from anybody. It's like living in a cave and just not letting anybody see you because you don't like how you look or whatever. There are many things that make us feel insecure, and that's totally understandable. But in my opinion, I wouldn't be doing art if nobody was able to see it. Or if I was a musician, I wouldn't be able to do music if nobody is going to listen to it. And the reason is simple, because I am making art because I want people to feel something or be connected to something. It doesn't have to be super expressive, but I want people to feel what I felt when I did that. And if they value the things that I do, I am going to be extremely happy because, I get paid for that, or they just say like, oh, this is awesome, I've never seen something like this. Whatever, it doesn't really matter. But if we stay in the position where I am insecure of what people will say about this, then why am I even making art? Like, it doesn't really connect with anything. Is it for an expression of myself, or because maybe one day somebody will see this art and say like, oh, this guy was so cool at making art, why did he never published it? I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be, in spirit form just thinking like, oh, I should have posted this because everybody actually loved it. Like, there's no reason why in this life you shouldn't be pushing yourself to publish and be known for the things that you do. If you already know that you're good at it, or even if you're not good at it, you will be able to explore more and push yourself and push your boundaries to even grow a little bit further and know more about yourself. Start publishing more, because that's the only way to actually grow. As an artist, as a person, as being judged is part of life. Like, even if you go out on the street, like, people will judge the way that you walk, the way that you're dressing, your hair, whatever it is. It doesn't really matter. And even if you don't care about all those, people will still do it. Even if you don't care that people judge you, good or bad, it will happen. Right? Because we always have expectations of other people, and you are also judging other people. And if you go out there and talk to somebody, your mind is subconsciously judging that person to see if you like them or if you don't, and if they connect with you and your ideas, or if they don't. It's part of judgment, and judgment connects us or disconnects us from people. Art, in my case, and the way that I see it, is that same connection, and people will judge poorly or they will judge positively. But I will not know what the result is if I never actually publish that work. And I know like social media can be hard. I know that having an Instagram profile, a TikTok profile, a YouTube profile, all these kind of stuff, it's a lot of work, but you don't have to do all of them. Like, literally, there's people that just use LinkedIn and they do super well. Like, people also comment and it doesn't really matter, but they're putting themselves out there and they're explaining to people who they are and what they like. And if you like the things that you like, there is a huge chance that you're not the only one, that you're not the only one who likes the type of art that you do. You know, like there's a reason why you liked it, because you probably saw it somewhere. So somebody already liked that thing that you're doing. So there will be people that like the things that you're doing. And even if there isn't, maybe through that experimentation, you can find, you know, other things that can inspire you to grow towards another way. And that is part of art. Like, even if you see Van Gogh, like his previous work before the things that you already know are completely different than what became famous. So I think that the only way to actually become a better artist is letting people give you that feedback of happiness, sadness, you know, how does this make me feel? Is this, you know, is this connecting with me, or is this completely out of mind and it's making me feel anger? You know, like all that kind of stuff. Even if your art is not like super expressive, as I said before, it's part of the growth as an artist. And you cannot become famous by not publishing, or by not, you know, showing your work to people that are out of your circle. Because sometimes we just, you know, go out there and tell our mothers like, hey, I did this, do you like it? And that's cool. Like, she's probably gonna say, this is beautiful, you know, because it's your mother. Or she'll say, I don't know what she'll say, but it'll depend on your situation. I hope she says that she liked this. But if she doesn't, then you can find another way to express yourself. It doesn't really have to be art. It could be music. It can be writing. You know, it can be something that lets your higher self go and, you know, give that message to the people. And if you don't do that often enough, you're not really connecting with your inner self and, you know, higher being, if you want to call it that, or whatever. That message is not going clearly because you're not really practicing and you're not really connecting with other people. I think that if you're in a position right now that you don't really want to publish work, that's okay, but figure out a way to start expressing yourself out of your circle and try your best to publish more consistently. We're not trying to make Instagram pay us for our posts. Yes, that's completely understandable. Like, because everybody wants to make art without thinking about getting paid, right? Like, everybody wants to get paid and do the things that they love, but you know, we cannot start that process if we're not actually posting, right? You never really know who you're going to connect with if you don't start, you know, putting yourself out there. That's also a message for me because I spend a lot of time in my studio. But what I'm trying to tell you right now is, if you're feeling insecure about your art, it's normal. Everybody goes through that process, but it's part of growth, and it's part as an artist to become better. Maybe you want to make videos, or maybe you want to start doing photography. All those mediums, they are usually digital. And if you don't start, you'll never see an end goal. It's like wanting to swim without getting wet. It's like trying to play soccer without a ball. It's all these logical things that you're not really connecting with that are going to make the whole process important. The result is just part of the growth that you're going through. Every art piece, every, you know, piece of content, every song is part of your growth as a person. It's not just the result. It doesn't have to be perfect. So put it out there and start, you know, making your own path and connecting with people that really, really enjoy who you are, not just the results that you do. If you see the most successful people right now, you know their faces. You know who they are. You connect more than just with the art. The art or whatever it is that they do is cool, and that's why you know them. But then you start figuring out how their life is like and what things they love and how they dress, and you start dressing more like them. So it's about connection. And if you don't publish, you're not connecting. So I hope you take something from that and start publishing a little bit more, because that's what I want for you. And as always, don't be afraid to get judged. It's part of life. And that's how we grow, and that's how we see more into ourselves and what we need to change from ourselves to connect with other people, because we're humans and we need that social interaction. It's not something that should be even an option. We grow with interaction, and we are happier with more interaction. So hope that helps, and see you in the next one.